or at the end. Now, at the end, especially, you're going to, promote yourself. But throughout the entire interview, you're going to be able to promote yourself. Going to be asked 12 questions, and those questions are going to be given to you up front. So no need to panic like, oh my God, I'm going to be surprised. I don't know what they're going to ask. Yes, you will. Okay. You're going to be prepared because you're a genius in what it is that you do in your field. So also, you're going to be featured on the Mexit News web series, which is Geniuses of Entrepreneurship, volume 2. You are, but the people for volume 1, this is what they're getting right now. Also, you're going to get your own category on Mexit News. So all of us have been to mexitverse.com. So on the right hand side, when you see those categories, you got blockchain, feature news, trending news, latest news, and then you're going to see Evelyn Booker. Okay, Evelyn Smith Booker. You're gonna get your own category, so people can search for you by name. Okay, so that is a really big deal. You're also going to get a companion PDF with your bio and press release, so that people can see your lovely face. Okay, and know and learn all about you. Also, millions of people are going to be reached. Millions of people. Y'all already know that in the podcast world, Antonio reaches 2.4 million people a week, a month. Okay, so millions of people are going to see your interview, and it's going to be just phenomenal. Also, Tempest is going to dress up your episode, and then 6 months after the episode is released, you're going to have the rights to promote it however you wish. And then Mexit is going to make it a collection later. So, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to all of those individuals that have been chosen for volume 1. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, congratulations. Excited for your interview. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to make it your mission to be on volume 2. Okay. In whatever industry you're in, you already know that you're a genius and you're the best at it. Hey, let Antonio see that. You're gonna be like, you know what? I see what you're doing. I'm gonna put you down. Okay. And then hey, when you get that call from me, hey, then we're gonna go from there. But yes, I'm excited for the Geniuses of Entrepreneurship. Volume 1. I keep saying volume 1 because it's more to come. So you want to make sure that you get yourself ready for volume 2 and be prepared and know, hey, I'm gonna be on volume 2. You just know without a shadow of a doubt. All right. Now I'm about to hand it over to our founder and CEO of the ATSJR Companies, millionaire maker, innovator, creator, all the way from Galveston, G-Town, Texas, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much, Grace, for covering that for us. And just to add a few notes, I have no intentions on highlighting people inside the network. I have no intentions on highlighting people outside. It's geniuses. So even volume 1 has people inside and outside. Sir Brad Blazer will be with us. He's one of those interviews. Talked to him yesterday. We're attempting to partner with him with how many units is it, Tempest?
I think it's 134.
Yeah, 134 unit apartment complex in the Galleria area of Dallas. And so it'd be people like that. You know what I'm saying? People like that as well. Geniuses. So he'll be on volume 1, and he's the only person I have talking about raising capital. There's nobody who can do it better. It's just not. He just helped Billy Dorsey raise $200,000 for a project he's doing. It's just what he does, and he's going to be doing that. So it's geniuses of whatever your areas are. You can expect to see Phil and Susan. There's one interview, and then Ibrahim, and that little section there is geniuses of those who speak and write. You know what I'm saying? So, geniuses of communication, so to speak. But be ready. You, as Grace said, should work really, really hard to get to the point where you can be featured. Just because I know you doesn't mean you're being featured. It kind of dampens being a genius if you can know or buy your way in. Nope. You work your way in. Do you understand? You work your way in. We're more concerned about what have you done than what have you earned or learned, because college really means nothing anymore. Speaking of college meaning nothing, is anybody planning to make time to go to some of the things on Mexit and replacing college with other learning things? Because that gaming creation mastery class is still there. It's still there. It ain't going nowhere. But in 6 months, you could be a 3D gamer, 3D game content creator. And I can't even put a price on that. But here's my plan. My plan is so I master 2D game. I've got my kids learning the 3D gaming, etc. But by the time I'm done, I want to well, actually, Tempest, you tell them, because you asked a question about it concerning, you say, hey, does it cost this to be on this platform, that platform? Remember I'm talking about? PS4.
Oh, are
Okay,
building
yes.
games for multiple platforms?
Right.
Do I get in on that?
Exactly. I have every intentions, Jerome, my games be sold on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Mr. Smith,
Yes, sir.
this crossed my mind the other day.
Good. I like when stuff cross your mind.
And I said I needed to bring this up, but I figure now is a good a time as any to
Sure.
bring it up. In reference to ATS Business University being accredited, okay? And people being able to get degrees and so forth. Now, here's what's running through my head, because I'm looking at immediate and I'm looking long term. When I retired 20 some years ago, I used a portion of my VA benefits called Vogue Rehab, but I also qualify for the GI Bill. So the Vogue Rehab is more lucrative than the GI Bill. So I did the Vogue Rehab, and you can't use them both at the same time. Okay. So I used the Vogue Rehab, very lucrative. But I still have my GI Bill benefits that I never used.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So Terrell's doing an awesome job. I'm figuring in less than 6 months, I'll be 100%, blah, 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 blah. But those benefits are still there that I haven't used, and that's money. Okay. And so I need that money. So, oh, my bad. So I need that. So I need to find some other educational opportunities, because they need to pay me to get educated.
I know that's right.
On top of that, any certificate or diploma I get, I can use for marketing purposes to do other things.
This is correct.
So ATS is training folks on gaming and programming and whatever like that. I said to myself, and Terrell is part of our team, why not allow my GI Bill money to come to ATS to be getting, come on now, and then other people who come on board who Terrell helps, who are GIs, to know that, oh, you can take that GI money and bring it to ATS and then get certificates and then go out there and make you some more money.
That's right.
So I was just wanting to throw that out there.
Yes, sir.
I'd rather give my money to ATS than to give it to some 1 year school here in Baltimore who, and the training ain't gonna be as good as ATS. No way.
No, that's right.
Oh,
That's right. No.
See what I'm saying?
That's impossible.
So I just wanted to throw that out there to you.
Yeah. Yeah. But before I get Tyrell, let me tell you, my plan is, everybody hear this, when you use your GI Bill here, since everything is affordable, I think in Texas, the GI Bill is something like $1,700 a month or something like that. When you're in class, you'll pay for 4 years total $800, which means the government is still obligated to give you and pay you your money. So coming to the business university is actually a pay raise for you, because we offer the same education, but for such affordable prices. So Jerome would essentially spend half the first check to pay off 4 years or something like that, and then pocket the next 4 years of checks that he rightfully deserves. It's no different than every semester you get they used to give me refunds back on the student loans. It's no different. It's the same process. It's the same process. It's just that he deserves to keep his money instead of predatory lenders finding ways to take his money. Anyway, Tyrell, I believe I seen your hands.
Yeah. I wanted to say that Brother Jerome, I had brought this up to Brother Antonio last year about this. The thing about it is just with the VA, they just need the institution to be recognized by the Department of Education.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're good to go. Now, if you're talking about making that extra money, just do what Antonio was saying, but at the same time, you can still apply for a Pell Grant because it's recognized by the Department of Education. So now you're getting
More money.
Exactly.
And I think I was getting 20, I don't know, Tibbs knows, she did my financial aid.
And it's legal.
Completely legal. It is your money. I'm trying to say this politely.
I don't say politely. Go ahead, get it out.
It's completely legal for them to let you borrow $100,000 and give you refunds off of that. So it should be completely legal for you to join the military, get what you paid taxes for, and then since you've been paying taxes, get your Pell Grant, and you ought to be able to borrow money off of grant money as well.
And scholarships that come as well. Scholarships.
It is just this again. I say, Sister Booker, we just fulfilling our 4 missions, and one of those is to end the student loan debt crisis. It's that simple, right? It's that simple. So there you go, and I'm excited about it. And yeah, so good thought, Jerome, because we are definitely in that energy for sure. Good thought. Let me tease Monica out there gallivanting in these streets.
You settle down
on these $100,000. She got $100,000 tickets. I ain't lying. I'm not lying. She out there gallivanting with all these CEOs, and she like to dress too, y'all. So she's showing up, suited up and booted up. You understand? Yes. Why don't you tell us how much fun you out there having? I know you just living it up right now. Just all her dreams coming true.
Yeah, I mean, it's great when you travel and somebody pays your travel, your food, your hotel, when they say that there's no marketing limit. I've never heard anybody say that there's no limit. So no, but we went to Florida. We wined and dined some franchise owners down in Tampa, down in Orlando, down in Clearwater. One of the guys is actually a WWE wrestler. Another guy's a Major League Baseball player that plays for the Phillies. So it was good. It was fun. We got some new connections, hopefully some new people buying some franchises. And I'm just learning the ins and outs of the good things, the pros and the cons of these multi-unit owners. They own about 6 studios a piece. Some of them are trying to get to 20, 25. So it's good. It's interesting.
I bet it is, especially right now in the beginning of the year. I'm pretty sure the pockets are getting fatter with all the New Year's resolutions around there. Yeah, absolutely. So that's good. Yeah, she's out there, y'all. She out there being what the old folks say. She out there being fast.
Sell now. But nobody wears masks in Florida. I didn't see one person with them. It's worse in Texas. I thought Texas was bad.
Susan started. Do not get Susan started.
Sorry, Susan. Sorry.
Yeah, she ready. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, nobody wear masks in Florida. I'm sure of it without a doubt. But we congratulate Monica. She is a major key part of ATS, and she's doing double duty like Tempest is doing. and we're just happy about that. And you close that jacket up some so you don't catch no cold.
That's it.
Nah,
I'm good. I've been good. Good. No COVID, no nothing. I've been tested. I'm good.
Susan said I was ready to unmute. Go ahead, Susan. You can go ahead and get off your chest a little bit. All that stuff around there.
I told you when we first got here about that old lady with the walker, you know, really like getting on me for having a mask as I was going into a business meeting in the building. So anyway, it's totally different here. It's, you know, it's all over. It's a big hoax, and you know, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Now I believe it. Now that I was there, because in Texas, there's some people that wear masks, and if you wear a mask, nobody judges you for wearing a mask. In Florida, you're being judged for wearing a mask. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Because you know, Texas is super red, but it has these really big, large blue circles. Houston, Austin. I don't know if I can call San Antonio blue. I'm not sure if I can do that, but you know what I'm saying. You know, there's little. So there's a little, because Texas is extremely educated, and well, let me not say that. Moving on.
It rolls down from management from the top. So look at DeSantis.
Yep.
Yeah, DeSantis and Trump are, you know, going head to head now.
Like he's a presidential front runner, DeSantis. Yeah.
Doing all this stuff, but it's funny because Miami and Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, their, you know, mayors are Democratic. So they're always, you know, fussing and fighting back and forth. So they try a little bit harder than Monica, where you were up this way, where we are too. So, but it's going to be interesting to see between Trump and DeSantis. I hope somebody else gets it other than
it is going to be one hell of a 2024 election year. You hear me? It is going to be. If I was watching, let me just digress for a moment. I was watching. I had to unsubscribe from somebody on Instagram and Facebook who is brilliantly brilliant, and all of you should follow him. He's fantastic, and especially his education is fantastic. All of you. It pained me, Dolores Dunford, because I kept trying to give him a chance. Kept trying to give him a chance. But it's like, Jesus, dude, you're clearly right-leaning, which is fine. But stop working it into everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing that. But whatever, politics don't bother me. This is what made me unsubscribe. He was in an interview or something, and he just started talking about Joe Biden for no reason, absolutely no reason. And he was saying, he had this very astute argument about how DeSantis, you know, everybody coming up, because nobody likes Joe Biden and what he's doing. And I'm like, wait a minute now, you know, and everybody's disappointed. Like, wait a minute, I'm not now. I'm saying to myself, hold on, now I don't care nothing about Joe. First off, let me Joe Biden is responsible for many Black people going to jail for anything. He spearheaded said law in 1994. I ain't drinking a beer with Joe Biden ever. Let me just let you know that. Hey, I'm not defending, nothing like that. I'm just trying to tell you something. This man said Joe Biden ain't doing nothing. First off, watch your misinformation. Because if anything, he's doing some pretty FDR stuff around here and doing some great work, especially helping a lot of seniors. So I said, man, you know what? I can't. I'm not going to be able to follow you tomorrow. I'll come back to your page when I feel like it. But this, because and I can't tell you how to do this, but I want my timeline full of what don't make me start getting my blood boiling. You understand? Mm-hmm. So if you one of them people, I will politely unfollow you. And Some of y'all need to go ahead and start unfollowing people in real life. That's all right, though. That's why Mexit News is different, because we don't care about politics. It's stupid anyway. It's stupid anyway. Do you need to follow what's stupid? Of course you do, because I follow all of it. I follow all of it. But please don't be expecting these people to come to your house and actually agree with you. That's just not going to happen. Nevertheless, let's have a tad bit of fun, because we did take a conversation very seriously. Did they see it, Grace? Did they see it? Did they wrench around and wrench it off?
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta make sure they wrench around and wrench it off. Let me see. Let me see, Grace. Let me see.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious.
Nah, that song was hot, wasn't it? Yes. Did y'all seen that one too? Okay, all right. We gonna do. I think we got one more in the shoot, Margie. I think we got one more.
I was yours for the taking. Guess I needed a home, but if I'm not mistaken, you were good on your own. And I know I was drunk enough.
All right, come on, that's it right there. I took that.
Hey,
I see the
Antonio,
logo.
I have to say that was good, because you even got the grandbaby here rocking.
Well, good, dude. Good. Here are all the Mexit logos. Here's number one. Well, not in no particular order, just one as I'm showing you, and then two, and then three, then four, and of course, he beats the original, right? There you go. Now, took a vote with the team. This one seems to be number one, and Deanna, being a big kid, likes this one. As you can see, the M here with the N there, Mexit News. I like them all, of course, I do. Of course, this one looks very good on t-shirts, doesn't it? Which is the conversation we had, what's this, Thursday? Conversation we had 2 or 3 days ago, which Ibrahim suggested that we do the Bang CEO thingy. And I remember that conversation. It was just this week, and I was trying to figure out. I take everything seriously. I was trying to figure out, well, how do we, like, what should we do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So here it is. And as you can see, that blue one that Deanna likes, I was looking at this logo here, and I was like, what if I could do something that would stand out on a bottle or the front of a hat or something like that. So there you go. Anyway.
Antonio,
Yes, ma'am.
for the t-shirts that you sell to the general public, you see yourself in a Zoom meeting and how you're framed. Can we get some t-shirts where you can see it from like chest and above, like the whole logo or the website or whatever it is? Because sometimes you're at the stomach and you can't see them when people are talking on video because it's too low.
Right. So chest and above. Absolutely. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. For sure. Chest and above. And of course, all the new logos are for that apparel, like, etc. Apparel, like. Yeah, I was just going to say that they shirts already. They already got them ready, obviously. But let's process a tad bit of information that I want you to. If you look on YouTube, I think I got it called Mexit Swag and something else. I can't remember. Mexit Swag Marketing and Business something. When you own everything, you can be really nimble. You get it? You can move faster. You can. What was that? From Monday, suggestion to conception to execution to selling in 72 hours.
Mhm.
You do you
Mhm.
do you get what I'm saying? Like you need to be able to move. How many of you worked for corporate America for a long time? Which how many of you? Okay. Who
Yeah.
went? Let's pretend. Do you already have ATS shirts? Absolutely, sure do. Yes, ma'am, sure do. Who? Let's pretend that the Matrix is a real thing, and there is a system in place that you have to transverse because there is an oligarchy. I'm using to me. There's a small few that are running. Okay, yeah. And you saw social studies. Okay, all right. So there's an oligarchy controlling the masses, but few get the pot back to them. Everybody cool with that? Meritocracy is another word for that, or it's similar. It's very similar. Oligarchy, etc. Of course, when I say let's assume, it's not that hard to figure out. We're not really making assumptions here. You don't have to call it the Matrix, but it is safe to say that in your state right now, if you're in America, 2 probably white men, probably 60 years old, represent all of your state. We call them senates, if that's all right with you. And those senates are constituents to whatever millions you have. This is fair. It's fair. It's probably a system that needs to be changed because Delaware has the same voting power as California, which doesn't really make too much sense considering California has gazillions of people in its own economy, right? It's things like that. Texas being the same way, but tomato, tomato. We y'all argue about that. So assuming that there is just a few that are in control and most of you do not have control, choice may be an illusion, Dolores. You didn't really pick the beautiful hairstyle you have right now and the shade of lipstick that you have. It was picked for you, and they said, which one of these picks do you choose? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't pick this shirt, even though my muscles is looking real good in it. I didn't pick this shirt. It was picked for me, and I picked. That being said, when you don't own anything, you're always a consumer. If you're a consumer, then it's designed for you to have disposable income that leaves your household. Am I not? Okay. I'm gonna let Bill Clinton handle this conversation a little bit. So you need to be, how fast can your business move? Can you get a suggestion and in 72 hours move straight to execution? And if you've been in corporate America a long time, you know it takes 6 months just to change a preposition, not a proposition, a word, a preposition in the mission statement. Who know what I'm talking about? You know, yeah, you'd be like, no, Phil, I think Phil to do this because Phil's like he like words. You know, I think we should change that word to the positive to this. Well, you know what? Phil would take that into consideration. And then 6 months later, we want to bring back to the table what Phil said 6 months ago. However you run your business is up to you. But I do want to highlight 2022 needs to be the year of no excuses. We've got 57-year-olds learning how to program. You understand? Jerome about to get 100% of all his money. Get it? So there's no excuses in 2022. Cool? Everybody cool with that? All right, please no. We'll send you, we'll have up the proper links for the swag and stuff, and you'll be able to have it. Tempest will probably be working on that today in the middle of Azure, which, by the way, Tempest is we're getting really close to getting her certified. Yes. She is getting certified in cloud storage, whatever you call it, cloud storage for Microsoft. That also has a lot to do with security as well. So we are excited about that. Tempest, do you have a little speech for us? Oh, it's not just storage, cloud. Excuse me. Let me see. That's what happens when you let ignorant people speak on your behalf, Jerome. So let you speak, Tempest, about what you're doing, so I can stop being ignorant upon the subject. Go ahead.
I'd rather do a speech after I get my certification.
You sound like Phil. You sound like Phil. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. So as soon as we get the certification, man, she'll be given. We get that speech. We're looking for February 12th. Y'all be in harmonic prayer for her as she goes and gets qualified for, just a little measly $135,000 a year. It's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. Just a little chump change, Jerome. A little chump change. Just a little chump change. She might get her mama a pair of socks. That's all they can afford with $135,000. It's socks and soup. That's about it. Tempest, you sent me some text message you wanted to bring up this morning. Can you bring it up now?
So browsing TikTok in the wee hours of the night, I stumbled across a school called the University of Metaphysics. It's like a real school. You get degrees. It's in Sedona, Arizona.
Of course
it
is.
Of course it is. And I don't know, I felt great energy from it. So I went on the website, but then my eyes got heavy. So I sent you the link so I can come back to it, but I have not went back to it since then.
Well, we're going to show people right now. And metaphysics, this is physics outside of physics. That's a really good answer, but it's also a bad answer too. This is physics outside of physics. It's the physics of things that can't be explained. And if you don't understand that, any doctor of philosophy, that's what the whole degree is. Explaining things that can't really be explained. There are things outside of the craft that are debatable. And that's why you have a doctorates in philosophy of medicine, because we've never seen this illness before. So what medicines do we have that address these side effects? Let's invent something new, right? You've seen House do it. House saved the world every day, once a week, for an hour.
Yes.
Because that's how medicine works. It's saving lives is conveniently placed in the 47-minute clock for us as we consume. So here it is right here. I will send this link to you all as well, and you can whatever.
Well, I was
No, the
told
point is,
that-
Antonio,
Mm-hmm.
the point is, can we do this with ATS University?
I already knew. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We gonna steal that whole thing. Ain't worry about that.
I was thinking more of a funding for ALW.
Right. That makes sense. That makes even more sense. I wasn't thinking that, but that makes more sense. This is about a similar one. So here's what's getting ready to happen. Let's avenues of approaches. So when I was in the military, I had two bosses, so to speak. I was my captain, and my colonel. I didn't answer to anybody else because now, of course, I had to respect everybody else, but only my captain I was military intelligence, and there was only one other military intelligence person there, and that was the captain. Everybody else was attached to that unit. So I was in an infantry unit. That means the lieutenant was infantry or ranger. I was around rangers and scouts, unclassified, and the colonel was obviously the colonel of the whole thing. So, me having military intelligence, he needs the military intelligence to report to him. My job was to give the 3 most likely avenues of approaches of how the enemy would attack us. And that was my job. And I had to write it up because the captain's not going to do that. And then the captain is going to then go over it and say, yeah, I agree, blah, blah, blah. And then the captain then presents it to the colonel, unless I get in trouble, and then I'm presenting in front of the colonel, which I never want to really present in front of the colonel. Do you understand? That's just unless I'm in trouble. There's no reason for a non-commissioned officer to be, well, in wartime, just different. We're all in the same TOC, Tactical Operations Center. We're all in the same TOC. There you go. Anywho, so what you're getting ready to see is me take that same military intelligence approach and have avenues of approaches to what I think is the best way moving forward. Did you get that? One of those is Mexit News. Now, when I say Mexit, I need you to hear more. Mexit, ATS TV. No, that's not right. Mexit, Vibin, these things are the same. They're the same. ATS TV stands differently because that's where the business university is. And then Assembly of Wanderers stands differently because that's where the gathering of Doloreses are. It's where Phil told y'all Monday, you need to believe in we are one. Well, you don't need to. I hope you do, because there's a pocket of people that are raising the conscience of this world. And so Assembly of Wanderers is for those pockets of people so we can do different things. I actually have a goal, Sister Booker, to raise $25 million for Assembly of Wanderers, only to be used. It ain't got nothing to do with no salary. Nope. It's to buy a city in a state that costs $17 million. And
that's right where you're located.
They have another $8 million to put in particular places. And then we will have a free election. Not free as in cost, free as in free from religion, free from appointing. It would be a democratic election to freely vote in a mayor and the staff that will be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody follow me so far? Mm-hmm. So when Tempest, who knows this, says, "Oh, you know what should be in our city? A school of metaphysics." So now you fully understand why Tempest said that there. All right. So you get it now. All right. You get it. She said,
Antonio?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any comments about the $200 billion of stock value wiped out in Meta, Facebook? Because Jiffy, their acquisition of Jiffy became came under scrutiny in the EU, and it seems like EU courts might force Facebook to sell Jiffy, and as a motivated seller,
Yeah, that's definitely going to. I have a few thoughts about it. I'm gonna keep quiet on most of them, but here's what I'll say here. Here's what I'll say about this. I'll say two things for sure now, because one just popped in my head. We in the West need to stop putting our Western ideas and philosophy when we move towards the East, even though this is Europe. Same thing though, right? Same thing, like same thing. We do things and we have this colonizing mindset about everything. It's the same reason why if you go to West Africa, any part of Africa, you're going to see New England buildings in Africa, or you'll see all these African buildings until it's time to have church. And all of a sudden, it looks like it's on 45th and Broadway.
Shut up.
Because we have, we've done this thing. If you want to lose $200 billion, don't adjust to the culture. That's my first comment. That's why I said that. Keep your Western thought and never adjust. You know what I'm saying? Just don't adjust. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You put yourself in a position to lose $200 billion. The second thing I want to say about it is, thank God you're in a position to lose $200 billion. There you go. All right. There you go. There you go. There you go. Trust me, I know all about making bad investments. I wish I could tell you I ain't never lost no money. No, not me. That ain't me, Jerome. I've lost plenty of money investing because I don't come from where I didn't meet Phil till I was 30 something. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
yeah.
The thing is that 200 billion is such a small percentage of the overall stock value that the news media isn't even referring to the percentage because it's so tiny. They're literally just going by the figure because it's more sensational.
Yeah.
So yeah,
absolutely.
man, what a company.
What a company. Because they're going to get it right back. And if he gets in and says, we're thinking about making a meta dating app, because they already have a dating app. We're going to take dating into the metaverse. Right there off the excitement of that, 200 billion comes back. 200 billion goes back into the South. So there you go. So no, it's a very good point. And I'm not even sure. Keep your eyes on all that stuff because all they're doing is teaching you how to get 200 billion. And they're also teaching you how to lose 200 billion. Dolores. If I got COVID and somebody tell you I got COVID and I have this extremely contagious variant of COVID that has a 98% mortality rate, you don't need to come get it to believe me. Do you understand? Sure. You can just say, what'd you say, Super? What? Oh, right, then we ain't going over there. And that's it. You can go to somebody else and say, they did what? All right, I'm not doing that. But what if it's not true? That's okay. I'll err on this side of safety. It's the same process when it comes to making money. Oh, they lost 200 billion over there, huh? Don't do that. Right? I don't need to lose 200 billion so I can go, yeah, they was right. No, Jerome, they right. You understand? They right. I don't need to try to figure these things out. Tempest, put that in the morning meeting notes for me, please. The link. That's in the chat. Put it in the morning meeting notes and put AOW, boom, and we will do that for sure. Simulated Wonders is a big deal, bigger deal than what I have pretended to you all. Even bigger. It is the future moving forward because most of what I do, well, I said this like last year, I dropped it a little Easter egg. Most of what I do moving forward is going to be on the esoteric side of things. It won't be in the business side of things. It just won't be. It just is what it is. Just is what it is. Cool. Now let's let me try to educate just a little bit about a few things. Tempest and I were, as we're going through, I'm gonna have a complex conversation with y'all, and I'm gonna try to simplify it. It's gonna be a little bit difficult, but you'll do just fine. You're smart people, so you'll do just fine. Tempest and Deanna and I were going through this cloud computing thing. And as we're going through it, it's also exposing the structure of Microsoft and other companies and other Microsoft-like companies that just hit trillion. You know what I'm saying? And we realized, man, we should have been started over here, but that's hindsight's 2020, all right? Hindsight's 2020. You have what you call infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Everybody cool with that? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Don't worry about what's the difference between infrastructure and platform. Me, Deanna, and Tempest had a 45-minute frustrating conversation after we had another 45-minute frustrating conversation trying to figure out why this is a platform and this, but we figured it out. And it comes down to control and other things like that. We've decided, we were already doing it, but I want to help you avoid a mistake that, let me just help your coaching business out. Is that okay? Who's trying to get into GitHub? Which one of y'all? Okay. 616-501. There you go. Good thing those things are temporary. Now, let's talk about software as a service. Software as a service is when you do some work, you present something that people buy into, like ClickFunnels, and that thing makes your life easier. This is very important. I'm doing my very best to bring it down to kindergarten level. Then you have platform as a service. Jesus, I don't even want to talk about it. Platform as a service, which is to say, I'm going to confuse y'all. I'm going to give you my platform as a service. You can't mess it up too much, but you got a lot of power here to do what you want to do with it. So I'm going to give you ATS, and you get to change it to SUN, SON. I did that for Grace. Whatever you want to do, and you can do that. And the companies that are Fortune 100, Fortune 500 offer these type of services. All of us, I can't say all of us no more, but most of you do not. Let me do that again. Let's do real estate so you can make this make a little bit more sense. Real estate, if I rent a house to you, that's software as a service. I'm gonna take care of everything. I'm gonna hold it down. Don't you mess up my stuff now, because you can't. There's some rules with this, but you can plug and play. There's a stove here, plug it up. There's a refrigerator here, plug it up. Don't cut the grass, we do that. Software as a service. Platform as a service in real estate would be, oh, you bought the house. Oh, you bought the house. No, you didn't build it. You bought it. So worry not. Worry not, Jerome. You make any changes you want. Nah, you got to go down to the city hall to get your permits. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But you go down and make any changes you want, because this platform, this house is yours. Do with it as you please, except for take a wall, stop it from being a house. You can't change it from a house to a canoe because you don't own the infrastructure. I mean, you own it, but you didn't do the infrastructure. Infrastructure as a service is, all right, I'm the land developer now. I chose where the land goes, I chose where to build, etc. If you take the real estate, I'll explain one more time. Software as a service is, there's your house, you renting it. Dolores is a homeowner. That's platform as a service. Dolores, what I'm trying to tell you, forget infrastructure for a moment. What I'm trying to tell you is divine connections positioning itself to let other people rent in what you own. And you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Then you say, all right, well, platform as a service. It's divine connections in position to then let people buy what you built. You get it? Even if they buy what you built for annually, an annually contract or something like that. You don't have, and that'd be outright price. These companies attract a different customer for sure. And they're the 1% of the world that's controlling 96% of the world's income. So as we're going through, me, Tim Ziana go, man, hold on, man. Hold on. I done figured some stuff out. And so getting these certifications, because all three of us are going to get these certifications ASAP, but we put the tippers first. Well, I figured this out. If you look, let me see what it says on. So YouTube, I says, Mexit swag, marketing, and business systems. I touched on the marketing, but I went straight to the business system. That's where I'm at right now, which means I'm ending. I went straight to the business system. Okay, went straight to the business system. Are you if you're coaching and consulting, can you rent a home? And I'm not metaphor, not an actual home. What can you build that allows people to rent it from you monthly? And you don't even have to bid it. You can go to Fiverr.com and ask, hey, I got this idea. Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And then it will be built for you. You own the code. So you don't have to be a programmer to be a tech CEO. But think about this, y'all. Please. I'm trying to secure you because I'm securing us. And I'm just giving you this information. Which church does better? The church that believes in the Lord and has members, and the pastor, or the church that believes in the Lord, has members and pastors and owns real estate, apartment complexes. The church that owns apartment complexes says, we bought the infrastructure. We're going to have 300 units, software as a service. What's easier to get? 300 members' tithes or 300 people's rent?
You're right. I've only seen 2 churches to buy apartment complex. I've never seen any other church that do that.
And those churches' doors are not closing anytime soon. Yes?
No, they're not closing.
Even though the pastor went to jail, church is still open.
Still, because the money didn't go to jail. You understand? The money didn't go to jail.
It's like in Monopoly when you go to jail and you're still collecting rent.
Still collecting rent. You know what I'm saying? Just because the pastor couldn't keep it where it's supposed to be kept, don't mean the money. The deacons was keeping the money where it was supposed to be kept. You understand, Dolores? Now, I want you all to think about that. How can you get so write this down? Well, you know, Sister Booker been taking notes the whole time. I ain't even been looking. I know she had because she I used to I used to have remember. I used to remember. Let's say, wait a minute. To one of my associates. Wait a minute now. You preached this 2 years ago. I never forget that. I never forget that. She took a note on every sermon. And yeah, anyway, don't do that. Don't do that. Of course, I defend him. I said, well, y'all get to repeat church songs. You know, let's just man repeat service. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, yeah, what a funny day that was. Anyway, so I know it's to take notes. If you're taking notes, take this here. Find a way for people to pay you rent. Then find a way for people to buy the house you're selling. And then find a way for people to become the land developers and build the houses. That land developing and build the houses, that's obviously your high-end product. It's way back there. It's super high-end and it better cost. You say, I want you to say this can't cost no less than $250,000. It can't cost no less than that. Don't do yourself like that. We don't want everybody over there. Only 5% of the people you ever meet need to go over there. Grace, if I meet 100 people a year and 5% of them go to 250,000, what's 5% of 100? I know what it is, but 5. And what's 5 times 250,000?
25. Is it 1.25 million?
Whatever the number is, it's free income because we're not paying our bills off this 5%.
Yeah,
because the 5% came in at the beginning and we walked them from the 99% to the back end. And everybody here could use an extra 1.25 million unaccounted for money. Everybody. Oh, you just ain't got no bills attached to it. All right, then. Kind of get 2 meals. Get 2 meals. As far as the buy a house from you, that's your middle high end. And that needs to cost anywhere between $250,000 all the way down. I'll let you be arbitrary over that. But it needs to cost some money. You understand? It needs to be something like Dolores says, something, I've seen Lisa Nichols do this, 25,000, come spend 3 days with me at a retreat. Things like that, right? You know what I'm saying? 3 things like that, something like that. And then rent from me, all right then. You gonna rent from me at $19 or you gonna rent from me at $25,000? You in Beverly Hills or Watts? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, something like that. Now what you got to do is you have to build that. And you don't remember, you don't got to learn how to program. You have to be Frida and be crazy and just start all over close to your 60s. You ain't got to do that. Everybody ain't that crazy. She crazy as hell. You ain't got to do that. But you can go get some, or you can hire Frida. How about that? You can hire Frida to build it for you. Frida and Damali would love to. You can hire them to do it. But put yourself into a position that people are buying from you this way. I did not say customers. I did not say memberships. I'm saying on top of them being customers, on top of them having a monthly membership, on top of them paying your coaching package, they need to then have your software rent from you that makes whatever you coach them easier. Look at Russell Brunson. Hey, everybody, I'm an attractive guy. Look at my chin. I look so young, even though I've got like 5 kids, a whole wife and stuff. He really, he looks like he just graduated, but he isn't. and I'm going to teach you about sales funnels. And then he teaches you about sales funnels. And you're like, man, this is it. This is it. Where do I get started? By the way, if you don't feel like doing all that work for $99 a month, we'll do it for you. So you pay him to be a coach, so to speak, but then he rents to you the apartment that's going to make your life easier. Does that make sense? Then he has different levels you can walk to, I hope that was a blessing. Because I'm always trying to figure out, Sister Booker, how is these folks doing what they doing? Because it can't be a secret. It's out here somewhere. And I'm gonna tell you, me and Tim, we're going through. I'm gonna show y'all the picture too. It's gonna be a little small. Me and Tempest, we're going through, and Deanna is doing her little puzzle master thing. And I said, wait a minute, Tempest, take a picture. I said, take a picture. See this right here? Is it? I know it's okay. Physical data center, servers, network storage, operating systems, database management tools, and then apps and stuff. And I said, Tempest, wait a minute. Hold on, let me put that back there so y'all can take a picture of that. Even if you don't understand it, just take a picture of it anyway. It's like, just take a picture of it anyway. Don't worry about it. You'll understand it by and by.
That's it. Wait a minute.
There you go. Take a picture. This is a morning meeting notes, but it shouldn't even be there. I realized, I said, wow, this is a business system. That's what I said. I said, for the professor, it was just a little, he was just explaining stuff. Not to me. To me, it was 3-part business system, but I'm adding to ATS. I want all of them. Because this is what I told Darren. I said, you mean tell me Apple been a platform as a service before we knew what it was called? Let me tell you what Apple do. Apple is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, all in one. And they've been doing it since the 80s. Listen, Apple says, we built all this. Don't worry about it. No, we built it. 2008, Steve Jobs said, no, we ought to go ahead and rent Dolores this infrastructure. We're going to call it the iPhone. Before that, 2004, you know what we ought to do? We ought to go ahead and have Jerome rent this iPod. That's infrastructure. And then they did this here. Oh, you want to listen to music? Well, I gave you the music, go download your own. I tell you what, this is what we do. For a little measly information and all your data. Maybe $2 a month. You get iTunes. That's software as a service.
That's what they were trying to tell you. Watch out for that eye, because that eye is watching you. We think we need the eye. Everything they give us, we own it. First thing.
Fair enough. I ain't gonna lie about that one. Plus, that's all them companies. I ain't gonna lie about that one. For sure. Ain't gonna lie about that one. But think about that, y'all. I want you to do the same thing. I want you to do that. I believe I discovered, I think that was like Monday, discovered. I believe I discovered that so I could tell it to you. I've done my part. Now it's your job to go on out there and see what the end gonna be. That's your part. You know what I'm saying? That's your part. I personally, I give you an example. I use Dolores. Divine Connections magazine. Got it. Customers. The problem with that though is no customers, no money, right? That's the problem we all have. There's not a person in business that isn't going customer to customer. But these super duper huge companies aren't going customer to customer. They built a platform that customers flock to. Help me somebody. You know what I'm saying? There's no difference between, according to Tempest years ago, she said, motivational speakers change check to check from to go to stage to stage. It's the same thing. And customer to customer is no different than check to check. But if you build a software, or whatever that may, you can use it as a metaphor or be literal with it. If you build a software of some sort with Divine Connections Magazine, that makes it easier for them. Maybe she builds a branding app, or maybe since it's an interview, maybe she builds an app that, gosh darn it, I just figured it out. Moogly woogly. Hold on. I don't even know if I sent this to you. If I didn't send this to you, Grace, they need to have it, because there's a post on Mexit verse that's why you should post every day on social media, or little regret it. Did I send that to you to send out? You know, I'm trying to send y'all one or two, sometimes three things that I say you need right now. In this post.
Yes.
Okay, I did. In this post, the feature video is Gary V. And Gary V telling you stop caring, start posting. And I ain't gonna let him cut you out right now. And then what happens, big this up is what Deanna would say. I gave you my posting schedule that I used to do. I enhanced it. It's also in Richest Man and Trash Can. And then here gave you all this stuff. But this is what's important right here. This Gary V content model. The Gary V content model teaches you how to turn one piece of content into 64. Now, before you get lost in the sauce, don't worry about it, because guess what I did for you? I'm such a nice guy. Molly, I'm such a nice guy. Gary T content model simplified. So you can either go through this or worry not. Strategy 1, tweets, boom, tally number 1 post. When you finish Instagram, you got a tally of 2 posts. When you finish the memes, you got a tally of 4 posts. When you finish that, tally of 6 posts. When you finish the notes app, tally of 9 posts. When you finish the smartphone carrier, tally of 14 posts. When you finish the live stream, tally of 19 posts. When you finish the cartoons, tally of 23 posts. When you finish the slideshows, tally of 27 posts. Pictures, 31 posts. Micro video content, 35 posts. Text posts, 38 posts. Quote graphics, 42 posts. Stories, 45 posts. Community-centric posts, 48 posts. Commentary, 51 posts. Podcast, 57 posts. Polls, 60 posts. TikTok clips, 64. Y'all gonna learn when to shout in this place. We're not just gonna keep acting like.
What?
Okay?
Wow.
Yeah, we're not gonna keep acting like I don't be dropping all this knowledge on y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's right here. It's right here. It's right there. What if Dolores with Divine Connections Magazine go to Fiverr.com, somebody.com, and say, here's the Gary V content model, copy and paste what I got and say, here's the breakdown too. I want you to look at this. Before I spend my money with you, I need to know if you could develop an app for me that takes their interview they did from me and turns this content model into an app. And you can't tell me, Dolores, you won't make all the money you ever dreamed of if somebody can come to you and then take your post and they got an app that automatically makes them 64 pieces of content. Because then they gonna say, and this is the best part, Dolores, then they gonna say, well, I got other posts other places. And that's where you get them. For a small fee, a little bit extra. You can use this everywhere. And that's what I'm talking about with the infrastructure, platform, and software. Thank you so much, Frida. Thank you so much, Frida. I'm done. Just wanted to go ahead and help you out a little bit. It's cost you nothing. Cost you nothing, at least try. Cost you nothing. Go in somebody's inbox. Because when you copy and paste this to a computer programmer, this is just code. I just need to figure out, here is my order, because that's what I was going to ask you anyway. I was like, well, what order do you want this? How do you want this to be? Blah, 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 right? What order you want this? What order you want this? What order you want this? But now it's telling me. And I could code this because it's telling me what to do in order. Very last thing, unpopular opinion. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. Unpopular opinion, Stradivari. Here's a show right here. And it's nice and organized now. Yes. But we need some information from y'all before we send the ad money to this show. We're gonna need.
Oh my God! I just popped in, eh?
Oh, you did? Did it? Okay, let me do it again.
I just popped in. I had a full music class just now, and I
just popped in.
You know what? I'm so happy. That's the verse. It's gonna be awesome. Wait, it's gonna be great. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
This is perfect.
You're so welcome. So welcome. So welcome. They be dropping knowledge in here too. Damali spoke so well on one of these episodes. I ain't gonna tell you what it was about, but she put her foot on it. She went straight. Damali was straight woke on y'all. You hear me? Yeah. Straight woke on y'all. I was listening. I say, ooh, I started to text her right there. And I say, ooh, you let them have it. They gone with all that. Anyway, let me not start to open up a can of worms. We're gonna need. Tempest asked me for something. I can't remember what it was. I think I got it written in my notes here. What we need from you now. Here's right here. And I guess this will be for every show. And just as short as possible. So copy and paste that. OP is unpopular opinion. I have no idea why I put OP. I guess it should have been UP. So don't judge me. If you got any books or products or services that the host have, a way for people to contact y'all. If you, and I will put a show like, hey, you got any suggestions? And then, do you want to be a guest? And then a show schedule. So we want, put your show schedule when you go live so people can catch you live, and how and when to see your live show. All that came from Tip because I did all that. And then they came ask Tip, I'm missing something. Can you tell me what's missing? So as soon as you give us this Stradivari, then we'll release those ads. Why? Because I could do it right now, Jerome, but we want maximum effort for the man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me, Stradivari? We want you to have maximum effort. Renee, you need to take these same questions and you need to report them back to Grace.
I surely will.
You get what I'm saying? They out there. Somebody send them to Alfreda. Cindy, send them to Alfreda. It's right there. I need that. That's what I need. Don't get on me. Don't say, take it too long to this thing. This is what I need. If you want me to just put you out there, fine. But you can't convert. And the goal is to have this energy go back into your bank account. Amen. Amen. May all your energy go back into your bank account. You hear me? You deserve a return on your energy. The Smith Booker household.
That's it.
I ain't pray up on that house. That's part of it. But there was some earthly things, not spending stupid money, making sure money that was spent was an investment to come back, taking care of the credit, keeping folk out their business. Okay. You can't have a successful marriage with people in your business. And then keeping folk who will take your blessings. Oh, Evelyn, just help me out one more time. Over there, Ted. You understand? I'm loving you from wholeness. Over there, these things you have to have in place to get the house. because the Booker household ain't trying to leave the grandkids food stamps. Do you understand? All right. That's what you need to. That's why I'm telling you, send us this. So when we send more traffic your way, people know how to catch you live. If you just get one, that's a blessing. Because you never know when you get one person, so maybe it's a couple, Phil and Susan. One Phil and Susan turn your whole organization around. It's the truth. One Grace. We wouldn't even be in business if Grace wasn't here. We wouldn't. She raised all $30,000 to get us started by herself. We wouldn't be here. You never know. One person don't equal one person. Having a Dolores gives you marketing ideas. There's all sorts of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? All sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff. So take that with you. I hope it blessed you. We will see you at 10:30. 10:30 for our esoteric. I think last week was pretty cool. We did I'm trying not to beat y'all up a little bit. Try to start your year off with some practical steps. Yes. We did the 15-day thing, and then Deanna already found a good use for it. I'm not going to tell you. I'll let her tell her with her thunder. I already found a good use for. Found it out yesterday. She invented something, and it went right well with that. Other than that, y'all, thank you so much. We do love you. If you have any troubles, get ready, Grace. Pull up. Oh, wait a minute. Yes. If you have any trouble, if you trying to figure out how to write the right and make the wrongs a little bit better, you need some coaching. Grace, tell them about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to inquire about Phil and Susan's coaching services, coaching and consulting services all wrapped up in one, please give Mr. Phil and Miss Susan a call at 614-736-6990.
Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can't play better. You can't dominate. Thank you, everybody. Love you.
Have a great one, y'all.
Love you more.
Love you more.
Love you more.